Welcome back, folks. We are back from Strongsville. Like you needed this. You thought all the recap videos were out. This is being shot Monday afternoon, April 14th, but I'm going to release it Thursday evening. Had a great time. Traveled down with Steven with PH and hung out with him and Moynihan and Garrett and JT and just tons and tons of people from the community. Had a really good time, like really, really good time. Just enjoyed meeting people for the first time. Some that I've met several times, and it was just good. We just, it's probably been said, but it's my opinion as well. And I think it's Steven's opinion, and I could be wrong about others, and I'm not speaking for others, but I feel that the Strongsville show is getting attended by the community enough that I think it's going to become the new Hangout versus the National for a few reasons. One, I know the stigma, it's like the National. Most of the people in the community collect vintage, very little new. When you go to the National, and I'm biased because I've got a bad hip and I've been waiting for years, and healthcare in Canada is shitty for a new hip, but there's just so much walking at the National and having to but pass by so many tables that you don't even stop at. It's vintage, or it's modern, it's ultra modern. It's all the Pelican Boys. It's the Pokemon. I'm not into that. I said to a few guys, if they could separate like vintage in this corner, Pokemon over here, all the new guys down here, I would go, because I would know where to head to. I have to do the entire floor, and from what I gather, they're adding 70 tables on a second floor at the National. That's just not... If you're going for one segment of the hobby, why would you go to the National where everyone congregates and your community is immersed with everybody else that nobody cares about? Strongsville is vintage. Now, I will say I was kind of surprised because some people had some new stuff on their table. So I don't know if they have to be like 80-20 vintage, but everybody had vintage. From one guy, Garrett told me, was a Pokemon dealer, but his Pokemon was like high-end vintage Pokemon, I guess, if you could call it that. In the world of Pokemon, I guess the first few years are considered vintage. Nonetheless, everywhere you go, it's vintage. So it just seems like it's more conducive to most people in the hobby. And it was, I don't know, just a little more intimate setting for what we're all into. So I know I said there's a few reasons, but that's the main one. The other one is I don't need to go to the National from Wednesday to Sunday when I can do... I did Strongsville Friday, Saturday. I went in for about a half hour Sunday, and I was done. That was it. Seen it. 168 tables or booths or setups. Done. You can do that in a day or two, several times. And I can do that. And so I just think that that's going to be more of the gathering place in years to come. I don't know. The trade night was packed. The trade night was like a mini card show. It's incredible. Props to the 4 Collectors guys. You walked in, you got email, and they took your email and they gave you packs, and yeah, they did a really good job. Really good job. Hats off to them. Hats off to Chris and Mike. They did a collect showdown showcase on Friday night, and then a gathering, and on Thursday night it was the hotel bar. And what more do you need? We kind of took over that. So it was a really good time. Short, sweet, and out of there. This is kind of like my recap video, so I'm not going to go through everything individually because I bought a lot of non-sport stuff. When I set up at shows, some of the stuff I buy to resell, to keep, what have you, but a lot of the stuff I've been doing is like tobacco sets and non-sport sets, and I get a lot of eyeballs on my table because everything is hockey centric up here in Canada. So when I have the boxing and I have the autographs and I have the non-sport, it draws people in because not everyone has that. So it's something different. So I'm going to try and go through this stuff as quickly as possible, so I'm not rambling on. I mean, too late if I'm already at 6 minutes, but let me flip the camera around, show you what I got, and we'll end it there. Sit tight. Okay, folks, first allotment I bought were these, and they've been pulled out of an album. They are the Y95 1888 scraps, they're called, and these are different presidents. I don't know who they are. They could be Ebenezer Scrooge for all I know. But I paid, I'm not even going to say what I paid for them because they were just too cheap to pass up. I bought this stack. These are all 1949 Bowman Wild Wild West. They come in different letter series. Like this is B10. There's A, B, C, D. This is the peace pipe, so there's a whack of those. Just something different. I also picked up these. I forget the designation, but they are People of the World. I almost feel like I should be singing a Spice Girls song. People of the World. No. I don't know the words. But, you know, it's just different. It's from 1910. I think the designation is T113. I know I was kind of chuckling because they had a guy from Canada. There he is. There's the Canadian. He's dressed like a hunter or a lumberjack, or I don't know. He almost looks like Elmer Fudd with a smaller head. So picked up those. Also picked up, these are from these ones are actually pretty cool. It's a whole set of, these are R. Tuck and Sons. I believe they're 1905. I looked them up and I forget what they're what year they are, but they're turn of the century. Just different presidential postcards. And, you know, like, who do you have here? James Buchanan, and no George Washington or nothing like that. But, you know, some of them are worse for wear. And then from a separate dealer, I picked up these 1954 Redman, and I did not pay $10 a piece as they're advertised. I'm just going to show you the one. Oh, maybe I'll show you a couple. There's some doubles in there, but they're Indian Chiefs from 1954 Redman tobacco. Just a something different, you know, something cool. And my guess is they're like the Redman tobacco baseball cards. So, yeah, it's just something different for the table. And then more what you guys are interested in. Picked up 3 fuel pieces and 3 autograph pieces. So I picked this up on Sunday. Eckersley rookie. Paid $20 for that. Picked up these bad boys. They are going to the Nolan Ryan Foundation. First and second year. best deal out there, so I paid a pretty penny for those. Picked up a Jim Palmer 65 tops. I've sent away the O-Pee-Chee to get signed. Hopefully that comes back soon. Also picked up this. This was a neat piece. Autograph card of Michael Spinks Jr. Got that for a song, so shows the date when he signed it. Mike Spinks, August 3rd, 2014. So that is very cool. And the last piece, big shout out to Mike Moynihan, but more so Orlando Collector's Dream, who really helped me out with this. I was looking at a Satchel Paige auto. I showed him. I wanted to get his thoughts on it, and he just quietly said, "Follow me." And he took me to this one, and it was about $100 more, but well worth it because it's bold. It's got an inscription. It's not personalized. It's already slabbed. The other one was JSA and a top loader, but real happy to own this. Best wishes from Satchel Paige. And I think the guy, it's Beckett index card, Beckett authentication. I think the guy probably would have sold it for more, because at the end he said, "Oh, as long as you're happy that your name is Norm." I said, "Pardon?" He says, "Well, it says best wishes Norm, Satchel Paige." And I said, No, it says best wishes from. And he's like, "Oh." So I think he kind of goofed on that and probably might have charged more had he even realized it. So, but again, those guys were helpful. I also met Joe from, I just subscribed to him too. I think it's called Pre-War Dreams. I apologize, Joe, but you know who you are. Anyways, that is my overall recap. I'll definitely be going back next year. There were no issues for Stephen and I at the border, which was very helpful. And sorry to be long-winded, but just wanted to get some of my feelings across. And hope you all enjoy it. Hope you all get a chance to attend Strongsville if you didn't. If you did not, and you're thinking, "Oh, I can't go to the National or Strongsville," if you ask me, go to Strongsville. Go there. You will have a riot. It's a lot more intimate, and it's a lot less crowded and a lot less walking, and that helped me immensely. So anyways, guys, have a rest of your week and weekend, and we will talk at you soon. Cheers.